Traits. Let's talk about traits. The first trait that Myx has is Puppet Master. What does Puppet Master do? It means that once that Myx is below 40% health, it cannot be targeted. More specifically, you can target it with an attack, but the Tem will not attack it. The Tem will attack the other Tem, which has led many new players to think their game is bugged or something, because it's like, what the fuck, it's not targeting the Tem. Did I misclick? Did I misclick 2 turns in a row? No, that's just Puppet Master. The other trait is Rejuvenate, 20% heal when you attack with a physical attack. The attack must land. For example, if Rejuvenate Myx attacks with Crystal Bite into a evade Nagai's that Guldur used Bamboozle on, and it doesn't hit because the evade kicks in and dodges the attack, you wouldn't heal. So Rejuvenate heals 20% when attacking with a physical attack, not with a special attack. The 2 categories of attacks in TemTem. Talking about the actual stats, these are the baseline stats. We got 171 HP, 66 stamina, 102 speed, 88 attack, 80 defense, 130 special attack, 117 special defense. That means your special defense is better than your defense. That means that your special attack is better than your physical attack. That means that overall, you don't have any terrible stats. Keep in mind, Pocus's defense is like 44 or 42, depending on which, special or regular. Like 80 defense, 117 special defense. That's actually pretty good. Being a crystal mental type does mean Myx takes 2 times damage from rock, fire, digital, and melee. I got my list written out because the dual typing matchups can be weird. Takes 2 times damage from rock, fire, digital, and melee, and receives half damage from neutral, mental, and toxic attacks. Okay, so what's the deal with Myx? What's the deal with Myx? The long and the short of it. We have a whole move set to go through. Holy shit. Okay, before we get into the specifics, let's run through these moves and discuss each one in brief. So here's all of Myx's moves. Number 1, at level 1, Myx learns Novice Punch. Bad move, very weak, you're not going to use it. Level 4, Myx learns Glass Blade. A very weak move with very limited utility on some Tems. Myx is not one of them. Pass. Crystallize is a move that gives the user +2 defense but -1 speed. At level 7, Aklura, who becomes Myx, learns this. Theoretically usable on a defensive Rejuvenate Myx. I've never run it. I don't think there's really room in the move set, but it's there. Heavy Blow at level 10. Another attack you're just never going to use. It's a neutral attack. You don't have stab. Myx is not a neutral type, so you don't get the +50% damage stab bonus. Therefore, it's even worse. It's already not usable on any Tems that I'm aware of. Level 13, Myx learns its first legit move, Energy Manipulation. This move will be used on Handcuffed Myx, which is one of the 2 Myxes I'm going to show you later in this video. Very cool. 3 priority attack. If you put some speed on Myx, you can outspeed Tems with it. You can get that mental ×2 damage on Tems like Yowler, Momo, Malflank, Skunch, ×4 on Skunch. All kinds of good stuff. Good move. Level 17, Myx learns Head Ram. Useless. Ignore it. Level 22, Myx learns Crystal Bite. This is one of the key moves for the Rejuvenate Myx. It is a physical crystal move that does strong single attack damage, and you will be wanting to use that on a lot of your Tems. Level 27, Clinch. Usable on Yowler, not usable on Myx. Next. Because no stab. Also, because it doesn't really... If you had stab, maybe. I don't know. But it's not usable. Level 32, Hallucination. Inflicts the target with Exhausted and Trapped for 2 turns. Synergy with Mental to do 50 base damage. You could try using it. There might be a way to make it work. But if you're watching this video, you're probably not good enough yet to make that happen. So I would recommend avoiding it. I'm avoiding it because I'm not good enough to make it happen. And I'm the one teaching you. So that's why I say that. I don't mean that in a rude way. Level 43, Crystal Spikes. Strong, special, crystal, single attack, single target attack. Words. You know how it is. Very strong, very good. You will be running that on your Puppet Master Myx. Next, it can learn 2 training courses. Cage, to trap everything on the battlefield. Very useful on some Myx builds. And Rend, my favorite move that never actually works. Applies 4 neutrality. When a Tem has neutrality, it is not affected by the ×2 or half bonus of typings. So neutrality is a weird status. Does a little bit of damage, applies 4 of that. I'm trying to make it work on my Myx. I haven't really found good uses for it yet. Egg moves. Psy Surge, strong single target attack, 1 priority, quite slow, but good on special attack builds, Puppet Master builds. Humiliating Slap is gonna be the other one. Reduces defense by 1 while doing decent neutral damage. Humiliating Slap is absolutely essential in Rejuvenate Myx. If your Myx does not have Humiliating Slap, You cannot run Rejuvenate Myx without that move. You cannot make it happen. In general, never buy an Eclura without both egg moves. At the time of recording this video, perfect quote-unquote off-trait, aka scavenger Ecluras that become Rejuvenate Myxes, they go for 10,000 Pansuns. That's nothing. They should have both egg moves on them with 10k Pansuns, so you shouldn't accept less than that. Okay, the last thing we gotta do is basically discuss what you should do for the build for each of those traits. So I just walked through a lot of stuff, and that's the video so far. You can be sitting back, eating your popcorn, you know, smoking your blunt, drinking your beer, whatever. Yeah, this is good. It's 10 o'clock at night, and I'm chilling. It's 2 a.m. at night, whatever kind of schedule you're on. You're just, like, half asleep. Great. But this part of the video is where you can actually, like, take the really important notes. That was, like, all an overview, right? I'm going to walk you through 2 builds. Let's go to the TemTem overlay. Okay, build number 1. This is a Puppet Master Myx. Again, I know I cover up the Myx's face. Look, guys, once we all together get us to a higher follower count, sub count, I'll be able to pay for more overlays. For now, deal with it, okay? I know Myx's face is covered. It is what it is. Follow, like, and subscribe. Anyway, this is the moveset I'm using. Okay, so Puppet Master Myx, just to remind you, it's when Myx goes below 40%, it cannot be targeted, so they can only hit it with AoE. If they have an attack that hits all Tems, it'll still hit. But if it's a single target attack, once Myx is below 40% health, it'll shift over. I have been running at least 203 speed. 126 outruns a lot of other stuff at equal priority. If you run less than this, you could run as low as 114, I think, to get... There's different breakpoints. Basically, I mean, if a Volphy is running really low speed, you can outspeed some Volphys. You can outspeed... Tortonite, I believe, is a big one. You can outspeed for like 1 hit. There's a lot of Tems. Guys, I'm not the best at the breakpoints, but this speed outspeeds a lot of other stuff. I'm actually studying speed TVs right now, so hopefully in future videos I can give better examples. I'm not sure exactly who it outspeeds, but 203 based on my calcs. I don't have it all memorized. I should like dig through my fucking notes. Has been a pretty good speed. The HP, you always want to be as close to 500 as possible in theory. I find with Puppet Master, I'd rather invest a little more in special attack. Defense versus HP. Most people say go all in on HP. I like investing in defense with Rejuvenate, with healing from other Tems, rather. So it kind of depends. Basically, main thing, don't run 0 speed. Run more than 0 speed. Definitely run as much special attack as you can, and run as much HP as you can. Defense is optional. Special defense is optional. Since the defense is lower than the special defense, you may want to cover some of that defense mix. So that's, I kind of backdoored into it. First video, experimental. Leave comments, let me know what you do and don't like. Let me know how I can improve. But that's, I think, what I would really say. Lots of HP, a little bit of speed, a medium amount of speed, and yeah, lots of HP, medium speed, lots of special attack. Long and short of it. As far as moves, I recommend Handcuffs with Energy Manipulation. This is, again, a 3 priority attack. It doesn't do much damage, but it's going to trap them on the battlefield for 3 turns when you combine it with the Handcuffs, which trap for 3 turns when a Tem gets exhausted. So that's a really good combo. That's like how Volphy traps stuff on the board all the time, on the battlefield. Same idea. They use Plague. Myx can use Energy Manipulation. Psysurge, strong single target mental damage. When Myx is below 40% and can't be hit, this basically shuts down all their neutral Tems. Very, very strong. You could run, I don't know, H-Slap instead or something, but I'm pretty much always running Psysurge. Crystal Spikes is a strong 0 hold, so you can use it every turn. 3 priority attack. It guzzles stamina at 29 stamina, which is going to be your limit. You got to be careful not to use it too much. You want to mix it with Energy Manip. But Crystal Spikes, that's your main attack power. You use it on neutral type, on normal types, whatever it's called. Do big damage to them, and you use that on melee types as well. And you basically trap things with Energy Manip, and then you kill them with Crystal Spikes. Rend is something I'm trying. It's very difficult to use. Most people should probably run the Humiliating Slap, which is really good once you're below 40%. You can debuff things that are blocking you, stop raid bosses from being raid bosses. You know, some might run Crystallize, some might run Crystal Bite in odd circumstances, some might run Hallucination. You can use TM Cage, which is another common one. Personally, I'm going to stick with Rend. I believe in you, Rend. Yeah, that's a basic Puppet Master build. Hope that explanation was okay. I feel like that was okay. Lastly, we got to go over one more build. And because I'm fancy, I have both these Tems prepared. Sometimes we may or may not have every single Tem in my own collection fully trained up exactly the way. But, you know, if we can, that'll be dope. So we got the Rejuvenate Myx. Let's get out of this Temporium. Let's sit back down. My character's legs are getting tired. Okay, so basically, let's go. These TVs are not refined, okay? I'll be the first to say it. I need to do more calcs, but here's the basic idea. Rejuvenate heals 20% whenever you do physical damage with an attack. Not a special attack, a physical attack. So you want to buff this mix up to as close to +5/+5 as possible using Tems like Keenu or Grumper with Stonewall. I run a Grumper with Double Edge, which seems pretty cool. It's a little bit tough to pull off, but it's good. Any way you can increase the defense, special defense of Myx, you want to do it. You could even go as far as to run Crystallize on Rejuvenate Myx, which has +2 defense at the cost of some speed. Never, ever run speed on Rejuvenate Myx. On Puppet Master, I told you to run speed. Never do it on Rejuvenate. You want to attack last and heal second, so when Myx is at full health, he'll still heal at the end of the turn by attacking. You want to generally be slower. Don't invest in speed. Myx is more of a Tem that you just accept its slowness. It might outspeed some stuff, but Rejuvenate, it's right in the middle, 102. With Rejuvenate, you play it like a slow Tem, and with Puppet Master, you play it like a fast Tem, and you use TVs to mitigate that. Anyway, max HP, always, always, always. As much defense as you can manage, but you probably want some physical attack as well. That's it. I wouldn't put TVs, maybe a little in special defense if you want, but like all HP, a lot of defense, a little attack. I think that's it. You could go heavier attack, lighter defense. I might even play with that. I might even try like full HP, full attack Rejuvenate Myx, no defense. Because either way, you need the defense buffs. But this can be nice. Sometimes you take damage the first turn or two Myx is out. And having that extra defense means you're able to climb back into full heal, raid boss, endgame Myx. I think defense is good. But it'd be interesting to try 500, 500. It hit different. You're running Crystal Bite, not Crystal Spikes. Don't mix up your typings. Crystal Bite is a physical attack. You see that black star thing? That means physical. Next, you know, they have the type symbol, which is crystal in this case. This is the star means physical attack. And then you could be running Crystal Spikes down here. You see this? I got to put it on the move set so I can show you guys. If you have this here, the swirly thing is special attack. You don't want that on your physical attack Myx. Rejuvenate only heals on physical attacks. So you run Crystal Bite. You run Humiliating Slap, which is also a physical attack and does the minus defense. You buff this thing to at least +3/+3 with Keenu and with maybe some other Tems if you can. Once this Myx is +3/+3, or especially if it's +4/+4, or holy Jesus, if it's +5/+5, whatever it is, once you get there, this thing is basically unstoppable. Unless it goes up against ×2 attacks from like, you know, a Raiken. It can't survive fire attacks or earth attacks. But if you avoid the bad, if you can stop, if you get rid of the counter, and then you buff this to +4/+4 or something, it's just GG. You have miraculous 1 versus 4 Myx winning against their whole team type end games. Also, I should have said this earlier. Don't miss this point. You have to run Sweatband. You have to run Sweatband. Rejuvenate Myx does not work without Sweatband. You need extra stamina. Sweatband increases stamina regeneration. Without that, you can't attack often enough to heal often enough to keep Myx flowing. So always use a Sweatband. You probably don't want to run Rend. I think most people would run either Energy Manipulation or Psy Surge. You're probably going to want to do this move set, by the way. So yeah, Humiliating Slap for debuffs. You remove their defense. When you're healing up forever, you just remove their defense. You can get around heals and stuff. Crystal Bite for the damage, which also synergizes with the trait for heals. Psy Surge is a special attack, so you want to use it sparingly. But you can run it, even though it won't heal the Myx, because it still gives you a strong mental attack against Skunch, Yowler, Momo, Malflank, etc. Crystal Bite is very important. Psy Surge is very important. Psy Surge, though, as a special attack, be careful. Just be careful. It's good. It's the least locked in. You could do Energy Manip. You could do Crystallize. I never done it, but it's plausible. I should try it. Cage, you probably want to run on Rejuvenate Myx. It just seems really good. I would really recommend it. You know? And if you're crazy like me, you can run Rend. Although I can't put it back on right now. I got to use a training course. So that's basically it, you know? That's basically it for that, I think. Just high HP, good defense, a little bit of attack, maybe more attack if you're feeling bold. Probably use either this exact move set or even more so maybe this exact move set. That's Rejuvenate Myx. If I know anything, I know this much. Use Rejuvenate Myx if you like a fun build. Overall, good Tem. That does it, I guess. That's it. We did it. So that's the end of the first experimental TemTem analysis video. You asked for it, and I'm literally doing it. Like, we're actually doing this, right? You said, hey, I saw the comments, I saw the Twitch chat, I saw people saying, yo, we want some analysis, we want some meta stuff. How do I play teams? How do I play Tems? What do I do? How do I win? How do I get the TMR? Well, there's a little something. Let me know what you thought. Shout outs to Ywmy. Thank you to Ywmy for doing the editing. Everyone have a great time. Please like the video if you didn't yet. Come on. It's free. Click the fucking button. Flux, don't tell me to like the video. Don't tell me to follow and subscribe. Like the damn video. You cowards. All right, I'm out of here. We'll do another one soon if you guys think this one's good. So let us know in the comments. Was it good? I don't know. Peace.